Basketball is a game of high-flying heroics, but sometimes gravity fights back and wins. From bone-chilling injuries to courtside chaos that made even the toughest players tremble, these are the top 20 scariest moments the NBA has ever seen. Lorenzen Wright's unsolved case. Former NBA forward Lorenzen Wright disappeared in July 2010.
911, where's your emergency?
I have nothing but gunshots.
Days later, his body was discovered with multiple gunshot wounds in a field outside Memphis. The case remained unsolved for 7 years until 2017, when his ex-wife and an accomplice were charged in connection with his death. The investigation revealed a disturbing story that shocked the NBA community. Bison Dele's disappearance at sea. Former NBA champion Brian Williams, known as Bison Dele, disappeared during a sailing trip in the South Pacific in 2002. Investigators determined that his brother, who was the only person to return from the voyage, was responsible for the deaths of Dele's girlfriend, and the boat's captain. Tragically, his brother died by suicide before facing charges, and Dele's remains were never recovered. Drazen Petrovic's fatal accident. Croatian star Drazen Petrovic, one of Europe's greatest basketball exports, died at age 28 in a car accident on the German Autobahn. Following a breakout season with the Nets, Petrovic's promising NBA career was cut tragically short, leaving fans to wonder what might have been for the sharpshooting guard.
Él sigue viviendo, porque se la recuerda muy mucho, pero era por eso, por toda la impronta que ha dejado.
Chris Copeland and Thabo Sefolosha incidents. In a troubling night outside a New York nightclub, Indiana Pacer Chris Copeland stabbed in the abdomen and elbow.
Sources Copeland and gal pal Katrine Soltera, 28, began arguing on the street after leaving the Chelsea hotspot. Another patron, 22-year-old Shizoy Bleary, inserted himself into the dispute. Bleary then pulled a knife, stabbed Copeland, and slashed Soltera in her arm and leg. The sources said the Pacers released a statement saying Copeland was also cut on the left elbow.
In a related incident, Atlanta Hawk Thabo Sefolosha suffered a broken leg during an encounter with police that ultimately required surgery and ended his season. Sefolosha later won a $4 million settlement from the NYPD over excessive force claims. Nate Robinson's health struggles. Fan favorite Nate Robinson, known for his slam dunk contest championships despite standing just 5'9", revealed in 2018 that he had been battling renal kidney failure throughout much of his career. His condition has progressively worsened.
When I was with the Knicks in 2006, my doctor, Lisa Callahan, found my blood pressure to be pretty high, and they ran tests and did a whole bunch of stuff and seen that my kidneys were failing.
And he has publicly discussed his need for a kidney transplant, highlighting the private health battles athletes sometimes face. Halftime performance emergency. During a halftime show at an Orlando Magic game, escape artist Kristen Johnson, known professionally as Lady Houdini, experienced a serious emergency during her water tank escape routine. She remained submerged longer than planned, requiring assistance to exit the tank. The incident occurred in full view of thousands of fans, turning entertainment into a moment of genuine concern. Jay Williams' career-ending accident.
Basketball star Jay Williams had it all: an NCAA championship ring, a contract with the Chicago Bulls, and then he made one mistake and it all went away. And now he's written a memoir.
Just 1 year after being selected as the second overall pick by the Chicago Bulls, point guard Jay Williams suffered catastrophic injuries in a motorcycle accident that violated his contract terms. The crash fractured his pelvis, tore knee ligaments, and severed a main nerve in his leg. Despite intensive rehabilitation, Williams never played in the NBA again. Lou Williams' life-threatening encounter.
And I just heard click, click, click. Somebody knock on my window. So I'm like, fuck. Look up. Bro got the gun on me.
Then Philadelphia 76ers guard Lou Williams faced a potentially deadly situation when a gunman approached his car. In a remarkable turn of events, Williams said the would-be assailant recognized him for his community work and decided not to rob him. Williams reportedly offered to buy the man food instead, diffusing a dangerous situation. Kermit Washington and Rudy Tomjanovich incident. During an on-court altercation, Kermit Washington punched Rudy Tomjanovich with such force that it caused severe facial fractures, skull fractures, and spinal fluid leakage. Tomjanovich nearly died from the injuries and required extensive reconstructive surgery. The incident led to significant NBA rule changes regarding fighting and player safety. Kobe Bryant's tragic accident. Basketball legend Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others lost their lives in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California in 2020.
Where we're learning that 5 people have been killed in a helicopter crash in Calabasas.
Bryant's impact extended far beyond basketball, and his untimely passing at age 41 left a void in sports and popular culture worldwide. Gordon Hayward's opening night injury. In his very first regular season game with the Boston Celtics, Gordon Hayward suffered a dislocated ankle and fractured tibia on a routine alley-oop attempt.
Hayward broke his leg. Hayward has broken his leg. Hayward has broken his leg.
The injury happened just 5 minutes into the season opener, was broadcast on national television, and was so severe that players on both teams were visibly distressed. Bob Rathbun's on-air medical emergency. During a pregame broadcast, longtime Atlanta Hawks announcer Bob Rathbun suffered a medical emergency when he lost consciousness on air.
When Atlanta Hawks announcer Bob Rathbun suffered a medical emergency live.
The broadcast quickly cut away, but not before viewers witnessed the frightening moment. Rathbun was later diagnosed with dehydration and treated at a local hospital. Security incident at Sacramento Kings Arena.
Heightened security at the Golden One Center ahead of tonight's game.
During a Kings game, reports of a person with a weapon outside the arena caused momentary panic. While the situation was resolved without injury and the reports were ultimately determined to be unfounded, the incident highlighted the security concerns that can affect public sporting events. Dennis Rodman's cameraman incident. During a game in Minnesota, Dennis Rodman stumbled out of bounds after a rebound attempt and kicked a courtside cameraman in the groin. The cameraman, Eugene Amos, was hospitalized, and Rodman was suspended for 11 games and fined $25,000 plus a reported $200,000 settlement with Amos. Nerlens Noel's concussion. The Malice at the Palace was a massive brawl in 2004 between NBA players and fans during a Pacers-Pistons game in Detroit. It started when a fan threw a drink at Ron Artest, sparking a chaotic fight that spilled into the stands and led to heavy suspensions and a major shift in NBA security policies. Rodney Stuckey's collapse. During a game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, Detroit Pistons guard Rodney Stuckey collapsed while sitting on the bench during a timeout. The game stopped as medical personnel rushed to his aid. Stuckey regained consciousness at the hospital and was later released the following day after tests revealed no serious issues, but the incident was a sobering moment for everyone present. Boston Celtics captain Reggie Lewis tragically passed away on July 27, 1993, while practicing at Brandeis University during an off-season workout. An autopsy revealed hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a heart defect common among young athletes, as the cause of death. His untimely passing left a profound impact on Boston and the basketball world. Earthquake during Summer League.
After Friday's games were cut short due to the Southern California earthquake that was felt here in Las Vegas.
A 7.1 magnitude earthquake in Southern California caused the suspension of an NBA Summer League game between the New Orleans Pelicans and the New York Knicks. The scoreboard and speakers at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas swayed dangerously, prompting officials to evacuate the arena and ultimately postpone the remainder of games that evening. Corey Brewer's dangerous fall. While playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Corey Brewer went up for a fast break dunk and was accidentally undercut, causing him to flip in midair and land hard on his back.
Oh my goodness!
The fall looked potentially catastrophic, silencing the crowd. Though Brewer remarkably walked away without serious injury, the incident demonstrated how quickly a routine play can turn dangerous. Bismack Biyombo's collapse. Charlotte Hornets center Bismack Biyombo suddenly collapsed to the floor during a game against the Indiana Pacers. Though he was ultimately fine and the incident was less serious than initially feared, the momentary uncertainty as the medical staff rushed to his side reminded everyone of the physical toll the game can take on athletes. While most NBA stories celebrate achievement and excellence, these incidents remind us of the fragility and value of life both on and off the court. They shaped league policies, changed careers, and in some cases, altered lives forever.